it's Manda. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be planning out, well, decorating and laying out my budget planner in my Erin Condren monthly for July. So here we go. Pre-laid out with some of the things, and also have a note that says it's a magic month and that I'm going to try to save the 5th paycheck, like budget everything from the first 4 paychecks and save this last paycheck for savings for challenges. So that's the plan. We're gonna put that there for right now. So let's see, where do we want to start? So I'm using this is an older monthly budget bundle from PrintPetticoatBandit. I want to say it's a 2021 kit. So she's like changed them from many times, reformatted them many times from when she first started putting them out to now. So this is going to be a little bit different than probably last week's. But yes, I also believe this one's called Liberty in the shop, in her shop. So yeah, just gonna line it up, or at least try to. You can kind of see through it, but I'm okay with that. And then let's put these little glitter stripes down here. Let me get a ruler so that I can see where the line is, so I can try and line it up as best as I can. And yeah, I think this was meant for, also for a different layout, or at least designed for a different layout. Are these even right? 1, 2, 10, 11, 13, 15, 19, 20. Like it varies. This one and then this one. Yeah, those are right. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side with this cute little glitter washi-ish thing here. Just gonna kind of get it in there. Thereabouts. Okay. There we go. Alright, do I want to put these down? So I'm going to need the full length on this side. Ooh. Okay, so this is a split. I forgot this was a split day. So let me get my, where's my jelly roll out? Let me get this out and try to, ooh, you are not jelly rolling with, what is your, there it goes. It's not jelly rolling, it's not rolling out the ink. Why is it not doing it now? Is there something, is it just not, oh, you know what, that's because this is the jelly roll, not the, where's the other one? Where's my good one? The Signo. Where's my Signo? That's the issue. It was the jelly roll, not the Signo. Sorry, my chair is squeaky. This isn't going to do very good either. Why is it not? I know I don't use them all that often, but still, there it goes. Alright, so what I'm going to do, and that's going to be good enough, is going to take This is, I printed this on the non-matte removable because I bought it the non-removable by accident, and I just want to use it up and get it out of my house, and I thought, you know, doing it on these makes it, crud, that's not what I wanted to do. The cutting on this is very delicate. All right, we're still gonna use it though, because waste not, want not. All right. So I'm just going to, I'm gonna do the date dots off camera later, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put the 31 up here for here. And so I don't forget. All right. So I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring, but he's snoring up a storm. All right, I want to use this header that says this month. And we're gonna put this here. And then, but I'm not gonna use the sidebars. Do I want to use these? Sure, I'm gonna put the dog over dog and such over Independence Day. Because hello, puppies. Okay. Then I'm going to put, let's see. This one, like down here. No, hold on, let me see if this will come up, because I forgot. I'm just gonna cover this stuff in. Let's see if it'll come up. I just put it down, so it should, if I'm very gentle, come up. Yay! I'm gonna save these for my memory keeping spread, because I end up putting the money, the listing of spending. I didn't do it very much this month, but I try to keep up with that. I've just been really busy with my parents being here, especially those first 2 weeks of June. Just not being able to do what we want to do, like keep up with everything, because I was spending a lot of time with my parents while they were in town. Yeah. And it's kind of morbid to think about it, but I probably only have, you know, another 15, 20, maybe 25 years with them. Which, yeah, it's morbid to think about, but it is what it is. Right. I think these are meant to be like holiday stickers, but I think I have enough of these. We'll just go with it when it gets down. We'll figure something out when it gets down to the bottom. But yeah, it is what it is, and you know, making the most out of our lives together. And you know, I sit here and think, I'm like, wow, like, you know, you work all your life and you finally get to retire, and you know, the country's starting to go to shit, which I find it ironic that I'm celebrating, you know, using a kit called Liberty and celebrating 4th of July when some of the crap that just happened this week is going on. But you know, I'm doing no buy July. I'm attempting to do, let's call it that. I'm attempting to do no buy July. And you know, this is, I already have this kit from last year, so I'm technically not even buying anything before July for July, you know. guess I'm using this kit. And yeah, it's just been a very rough couple of today, it's been kind of rough for me. I think it's been kind of rough for all women. Unless you're, one of the people who was crying tears of joy to have your, a right that most women in my generation were born having, essentially stripped away by a bunch of old white men. So, yeah, I'm not going to get too political in it, but my view is that you just took away someone's liberty, essentially, and whether, I think this is an issue, whether you're pro-choice or pro-life, that the government doesn't have a right to get between what I consider a medical procedure. Even, just take out the fact that there's a life involved, a baby, right? It's still a medical procedure, and to me, that's between the wife, not the wife, the woman and the doctor and her doctor, and we just, regardless of what we personally think, we do not have a right to impose our viewpoints, or what we would decide upon another individual. And that's how I feel about that. And that's as far as I'm going to go into it. Well, one of the things is as a person who has had a friend who has needed to have who has had a miscarriage, and that friend has had to need assistance in having her body was not easily dealing with the miscarriage, and she needed assistance medically with that. And the way that treating a miscarriage is coded in medical terms is called a spontaneous abortion. And so therefore her procedure would have been considered an abortion in some people's eyes. However, the baby was no longer a baby. You know what I mean? And the fact that had she not had this help, she could have had severe complications and possibly died. That is the truth. That is just the bare truth to me. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about. That's interesting for me to say, because I'm not a feminist, which you're like, wait, you're a woman and not a feminist? I believe that doesn't mean I don't believe in feminism. I believe in feminism because, I benefit from it, but I consider myself an egalitarianist. That basically means that I think all people are equal and should have equal protections under the law. And it's just, that women are not equal. And especially after this, they say, people like to say, there's no war on women. No, there's absolutely a war on women. And if you didn't think there was, then this one is your first shot. This is your first shot heard around the world about it. And, it's just a thing. And I don't think anyone should be able, especially not a government, to be able to tell a woman what to do with her body. It's just like, I feel like I've just been dropped in the middle of some dystopian novel. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like, I was at work and my friend texted me and was like, have you heard the news? And I'm like, no. And she's like, you need to go turn on the news. And I do, and I'm like, oh my God. These idiots. Like, it's just, and they were just interviewing these people, and there's these girls, and there's these girls that are younger than me. I'm in my late 30s. There are these girls on their just going on saying that they're crying tears of joy because, and here's one of the stories that really aggravated me, was this girl was saying she had family members who had abortions and they regretted it afterwards, and that if Roe versus Wade didn't exist, she would have family members that she doesn't have now. And I was sitting there like, how dare you think that, like, it's just like, okay, yeah, that they may have regretted it, but okay, so here's the monthly spread. This is what it's going to look like. Let's flip over to setting up the budget page, which I usually do on this page. It's like, how, that's so selfish. Just because you are putting yourself above the many, many women who need reproductive care, because you didn't get to have family members because of this. That's not your decision. That was that woman's decision. And yeah, they might regret it now, but that was still their decision. You know what I mean? It just makes me so angry to think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That like you're just so selfish. Like, what about and it's just, oh, like, so entitled and selfish, and it's just ridiculous. Like, it tells you just how out of touch these people are, and it makes me just so angry. It's just crazy. All right. But anyway, I'm going to move on and actually get back to setting up my budget, because I'm sure nobody wants to hear me or rattle on about my feelings about things, about this, because, this is, I don't really talk about this kind of stuff, political stuff, on my social media or on here. Let's see, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is not going to work. What did I do last time? Oh, that's what I did. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'll just use some of this page, I think, if I need to. That's what I did. So how many did I say? I completely forgot them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You know what I'll do? I'll just do one line item for sinking funds and challenges, because that adds up to just, at least on here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But yeah, I'm just like, and it's interesting who was it? Dickwad Thomas said in his concurrence that they should look at certain that they should relook at certain cases. And it was very interesting which cases that he pinpointed. It was something to do, one of them is to do, I can't remember because it's all like names versus names. I can't keep track of them in my head, but it was the ones that had to do with the rights, like contraceptive rights. With the case had to do with, I think it was a Connecticut case of having to do with the right of married couples to use contraception, which to me, I'm like, did we just like go and like somehow, I've never read The Handmaid's Tale or seen the show, but you know, I've heard talk about it, and I'm like sitting there going, did we just get dropped into Handmaid's Tale? like literally, like I said earlier, like I feel like I've been dropped into the middle of a dystopian novel. Like what is happening? Which, that was interesting, and I'm like, what? How does that have anything to do with? How is that the state's business? You know, like, how is that anybody's business? That is like what, you know, married couples do or do not do in that manner. You know what I mean? It's just like it seems like he's cherry picking the most like outrageous ones that would cause like the most outrage or whatever, or the most social upheaval. I'm like, what the hell? And the other two were to do with, I believe, one of them was gay marriage. I think they were both. One of them was about gay marriage, which, you know, if you've watched my videos, I am an ally, you know, like, some of my gay friends are married, and I'd be like, you're about to break up families doing this. All right, so here we go for what my budget setup is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and do the budget. Let's like write it out now. All right, so I'm going to put, this is going to be pay check 1, pay check 2, pay check 3, pay check 4, and pay check 5. Actually, I should probably put the dates instead. Sorry if the camera's shaking while I do that. Okay, so 7/1, 7/8, 7/15, 7/21. Okay, so to get my mind off of, you know, the events of yesterday, Friday, I binge watched Moon Knight on Disney Plus. Oh my god, so good. But to quote Deadpool, are you sure you're not from the DC universe? You're so dark. Yeah, it was pretty, I would say it was like on the psychology part, because I've never read the Moon Knight comics. So this is going to be 26 It's pretty psychologically intense. I'd say it's like psychologically it's dealing with some really tough issues. So yeah. But I as a person who knows people who have like bipolar, and while the main character is not bipolar, he has dissociative identity disorder. But just as a person who knows people who have severe mental illnesses, they did, I think, I mean, I don't know anybody who has DID, but I think they did a really good job of like dealing with a very, very tough issue. And the actor, oh my god, what is his name? Oscar something? Oh my god, the guy who plays him, amazing. Just, oh. But yeah, it's really emotionally intense, especially for me, like knowing people who have troubles, more troubles than I do. And I've been, and I'm pretty honest about it. It's another soapbox issue for me, at least mental health wise. I'm currently not depressed, but I was, as a teenager, diagnosed with depression and chronic anxiety, and I still have chronic anxiety, but I learned how to deal with it on, mentally, and, it's hard sometimes, and so I feel for people who struggle through this, but like, episode 5, I just like pretty much cried the entire time. And like when I was watching episode 1, I was like, this poor dude, like, no. Not only like does he have like issues, it's like he's also being like used by a god. Like used by this other sentient being as basically a vessel. And it's just, it is pretty intense, and it was amazing. They did an amazing job. I just like, wow. Next up is, I think I might start watching, Stranger Things, because I'm going back to Netflix. So I do like, I'll binge watch I'll watch through a series of on each platform. That's just how I do things. And I'll only do one season at a time, because I tend to get like, after a couple seasons, I kind of get burned out on it and need to go to the next, like something else, and then come back. But yeah, so okay, so food. I'm only going to try to only budget $50 a week, so that's $200. Toiletries is going to stay at $50. Personal spending is going to be at $100 as usual. Gas is going to be at $50. I do have money going into the auto sinking fund. Oh, I messed up. I forgot to leave a line for, let's see if it's, try to be as gentle as possible. But yeah, wow, I'm dealing with some pretty like heavy topics in this video. I'm sorry if you come here for like to be like super, for me to be, super chill and just watch me put stickers down and get some information on, budgeting. Sorry. But, just stuff weighing on my mind, and I gotta talk about something to fill the dead air. Where'd my pen go? I don't think this is the same pen I used, but we're going to do it anyway. But yeah, good show. I highly suggest it. But I haven't watched any of Stranger Things. So okay, so that's $5.75. I'm going to budget $100 for electric because it's summertime. Well, my bill is only like actually 75 something, but I'm going to use the extra just to put aside for the summer months because I know it's getting hot outside. I mean, it's only 84 today, but it was in the upper 90s last week, and yeah, it's starting to creep up there. So instead of just like being bombarded with like $150 at some point or 120 something at some point, I'm just gonna budget $100 a month. And if there's any rollover or if it gets higher, I'm just gonna budget a little higher, just to have enough put aside. So Comcast $60. My house gas is $21.69. Netflix is $15.49. My family mobile is $24.92. I still need to investigate the whole $25 T-Mobile deal because I honestly don't use my phone very much other than to like text. So yeah, $14.50 for that. And so we're gonna do sinking funds / challenges here. And how much do I have? Since I have a spreadsheet detailing everything out, it'll be fine when I go to do everything. And I need where's my calculator? I'm just going off of what my Google Doc says. 25.9235. So totals here are income 26.60. And the reason why I say the fifth paycheck is 0, even though it's going to be $650, is that I'm not budgeting on here like for it, so I don't want to include that on here. I'll include it in the actuals, but I'm not going to. 92.35, and that's $7.65 left. Because I like to use round numbers and stuff like that, so I like to leave a little bit of a buffer in case one of these bills doesn't actually come out as it's going to. That has happened. That happened last month. I thought the State Farm bill was going to be something, and it went up a little bit, and I'm like, okay, but I had that buffer in it, so it took care of that. So this is the budget set up for the month, and this is my overall budget for the month. So next page is going to be, what did I do last month? Sinking funds and cash envelopes. Okay. Sinking funds. Okay, and cash envelopes. I actually kind of like the way this older kit is formatted as opposed to the newer kits. There's just less page wasting to me. Not page wasting, but you know what I mean, like on the sticker pages there's less things that I don't need, if that makes sense. Let's see if I can get this lined up. do this here. But yeah, so I was thinking about what I was gonna do for next year for my budget planner, and I don't know if I want to if I want to use something else, like give something else a try, like making my own printables, like I've kind of been thinking about doing for my my catch-all planner, like my planners for next year. So I don't know. So if you guys would be interested in, you know, seeing something like that, I know every budgeter person on here like creates their own printables and tries to sell them on Etsy or whatever. But you know, like, you have ideas, because you know there's, you know, just things that it's kind of me wanting to find a way to, you know, spend less money, even though I've pretty much bought printables for everything every month for an entire year now, so I could just reuse them. But I think I don't really want to spend money on buying a planner when I could just make my own, because I know I could just print out. I bought some it's really good, guys. I found some 80-pound text weight paper on Amazon finally, and it's amazing. I love it. I'm gonna fill this in later. I'm not gonna do it on screen, but it's really nice. I like it. It's fantastic. I actually kind of like it, and it handles stickers really well. Kind of like it's actually kind of like it better than the Erin Condren paper, which is gasp, sacrilege, you know, kind of thing. Because like Erin Condren was like my first planner, besides like a notebook back in the day. But like it was like first, like how I like it was like the gateway drug into plannering, I suppose. And I enjoy it. It's just, I don't think it's really, 1, 2, 3, 4, really suiting to my needs in the way that it used to. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fulfilling that little whatever, you know, I get out of it. Whatever we get out of doing this, it's not really hitting it for me. And 1, 2, 3, 4, I find myself like making things work, and not necessarily in this planner, because, you know, it's really simple to just grab some stickers and put it on there. But I find myself like having a hard time making planners as they're designed work for me, just in that they don't make planners the way I want them. 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't make planners in a way that I use them. I like to have things a certain way. I think everybody does. But I also like to be able to, if I want to use a horizontal layout one week, but easily go 1, 2, 3, 4, and use a vertical or a subject or a dashboard layout the next week, and not feel bad about having spent quite a sum of money, even if you get them on sale, like Happy Planner and Erin Condren, and not use it completely. Now, the one thing about this budget thing is I use it completely, like, assuming I actually, like, budget for the month, you know? Oh, yay! Oh, there's a little flag here. I'm gonna put this on one of these other sheets and throw this in the recycling. But you know, like, I think I have the ability and the know-how to use printables and make or if something doesn't suit me, a printable doesn't suit me, to make my own, which I have done. I'm actually currently working on a half letter, because I do like the A5 size to be able to carry around. An A5 subject, well, not it's an A5, it's a half letter size, which is essentially A5 subject layout on 3 pages, where it's kind of like the TPC Nation, but the TPC Nation only comes in B6, which is tiny. It only comes in like A5 wide and B6, so I kind of created it my own way. Alright, and I think that's probably going to be it until I do check in with paycheck 1. So, oh, transaction log, that's what I wanted to do. So, paycheck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then transaction log here. Okay, but I think that's what I want to do is, because the way that I designed it is kind of like how the subject on half letter subject on 3 pages is sort of kind of how they do the A5, not the A5, the B6, in that I made all the columns the standard 1.5 inches and spaced them so that there's 3 columns on each page, and it fits fantastically. So it's like, first page is like the little, I did it like a dot grid column, so for like a sidebar, and then I have 2 days, and then on the next page, like on the facing page, so on this page it's like dot grid, 2 column for days, and then 2 column for days. No, on the facing page is 3 columns here, and then on this side I have 2 columns and sort of a full box, like full column box of, like, you could use for as another sidebar or as another day. But I have it fits 5 subjects, quote unquote, for 7 days, or 7 subjects for 5 days, depending on how you use your planner. And I thought, I'm like, yes, this is actually, I think, going to be perfect for me. And I don't have to spend a huge amount of money on it. I mean, there was the cost of buying the paper, but I got a whole ream of nearly I think it's like 400 pages, nearly 500 pages, for like $30. Plus the ink, and I have an EcoTank printer, which, you know, lasts a freaking long time, especially when I'm a person who uses prints up their own stickers. So yeah, the only thing is this debt tracker, I don't use that page, but it was attached to another page, and I couldn't not print it. I guess I could have cut it, but then it would be a waste of page, and yeah, it's still whatever. So here are the paychecks, which paycheck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which look exactly the same, but I won't put those down until I actually, you know, do those. So I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling. I don't know. So if you did, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.